Eldrick Todd Woods, known to the world as Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods.
Tiger
And
Woods.
Tiger Woods is the most exciting athlete in the world to watch. He just is.
Absolutely pure.
In April 2019, Augusta felt like a church. Tiger Woods walked up that 18th fairway and grown men were crying into their hats. Not because he hit some miracle shot, because the sight of him still standing, still swinging, felt like somebody you love coming home after you'd already grieved them. That's the thing younger fans don't fully get. Tiger's rise was loud, it was bright, it was unstoppable. He kicked the doors in at Augusta in 1997 and changed golf's face forever. But Tiger's fall? That was quieter, harder, meaner. It wasn't one bad round. It was the slow kind of pain that follows you into the morning. The kind that lives in your back, your leg, your pride. It was surgeries, it was headlines. It was people who used to cheer him, suddenly treating him like a lesson. And here's where this story takes a turn most folks miss. The fall didn't make Tiger weaker, it made him more dangerous. Because a Tiger who has nothing left to prove and nothing left to protect is the scariest version of Tiger Woods this sport has ever seen. But before I tell you why the fall changed him more than the rise ever did, you need to remember what it felt like when he was untouchable. Before we go any further, if you remember watching Tiger in his prime and thinking, this isn't normal, this channel was built for you. We're building a real golf community here at Neon Golf. Hit subscribe, share this with one golf friend, and drop a comment below. I read every single one. Now back to the story. Tiger's fall didn't happen in one headline. It happened in pieces. A sore knee that became surgery. A back that stopped cooperating. A swing that had once looked like steel, suddenly looking like it was made of glass. And for years, Tiger kept trying to act like it wasn't changing him. But pain changes you. It changes the way you walk to your ball. It changes the way you bend down to mark a putt. It changes the way you sleep. It changes the way you look in the mirror when nobody's watching. Then came the part that still makes my stomach tighten when I think about it. February 23rd, 2021. That crash didn't just threaten Tiger's career. It threatened his life as he knew it. The talk inside golf that day wasn't, will he win again? Will he walk normally again? Doctors worked to save his right leg. That was the reality. And if you've lived long enough, you know that kind of moment. You know that feeling when your body becomes a question mark. Here's what people don't talk about enough. Tiger wasn't just fighting to return to golf. He was fighting to keep his identity. Because for a man like Tiger Woods, golf wasn't a hobby. It was the language he spoke to the world. It was how he proved he was still here. Sources close to Tiger's circle have said his recovery wasn't just physical. It was personal, private, sometimes lonely. And this is where the dangerous part starts. A young Tiger was built on domination, on proving, on taking over a course and making everybody else feel small. A fallen Tiger, he's built on something else: survival, patience, a kind of quiet anger that doesn't need to show itself. It just sits there, waiting, sharp. That's what made him more dangerous than the rise. Because the rise wanted to win. The fall learned how to endure. And endurance changes the way a man competes. Young Tiger Woods was a thunderstorm. He didn't just beat you, he embarrassed you. He took your best golf and made it look ordinary. He hit shots that didn't feel like they belonged to the same game the rest of the field was playing. And back then, Tiger's danger was obvious. He was stronger, longer, meaner with his irons. He could take a par 5 and make it feel like a par 4. He could take a Sunday and turn it into a slow public execution. But there's another kind of danger. The kind that doesn't roar. The kind that sits quiet and learns. That version of Tiger started showing up later, when the body stopped being a guarantee. When power wasn't something he could just summon without consequences. When every step off a tee box came with a price. And the smartest competitors in the world will tell you something. When a great athlete loses part of his physical edge, one of two things happens. He fades or he gets sharper. Tiger got sharper. He became a different type of predator, less about showing off, more about taking what the course gives, and waiting for you to get impatient, waiting for you to make the first mistake. waiting for your pride to talk you into a shot you shouldn't take. That's why the fall made him more dangerous than the rise. Because the rise was built on talent and force. The fall was built on experience and pain. And pain teaches you something that talent never will. It teaches you exactly what matters and what doesn't. Let me show you exactly what I mean. 2008 US Open. Torrey Pines. Tiger had a torn ACL and 2 stress fractures in his left leg. Every swing sent pain through his body that most people would not walk through, let alone compete through. And Tiger won. Not because he overpowered the field. Not because he was the most talented player that week. He won because he refused to let the pain decide how he played. He managed every shot like a man counting his last dollars. Careful, deliberate, nothing wasted. That was the first time I saw fallen Tiger show up. Not broken, not desperate, just quieter, more patient, more willing to take par when par was good enough, more willing to let the other guy crack first. And then 2019, Augusta, the comeback nobody believed was possible. Tiger didn't win that Masters the way young Tiger would have won it. He didn't blow the field apart. He didn't make the Sunday back nine feel like a funeral for everyone else. He waited. He played smart. He managed his body. He hit fairways. He took the middle of greens when the pin was tucked tight. He let the leaders come back to him. And when Francesco Molinari put one in the water at 12, Tiger was right there, waiting, like he'd known all along that patience would outlast aggression. That's fallen Tiger. And if you were watching that Sunday, if you remember what it felt like sitting in your living room, when Tiger walked off 18 with tears in his eyes and his son waiting for him behind the green, then you already know what I'm about to say. The fall didn't just change Tiger's game, it changed his soul. It took a man who used to compete out of dominance and turned him into a man who competes out of gratitude. Gratitude for still being here, for still being able to grip a club, for still being able to walk a fairway without a wheelchair. And gratitude is a quiet fuel. It doesn't burn hot, it doesn't burn fast, but it never runs out. And that is why Tiger Woods after the fall became more dangerous than Tiger Woods during the rise. Because the rise could end, gratitude doesn't. And now I need to tell you where Tiger Woods is right now. Not on a golf course, not at Augusta, not walking a fairway with that limp that we all learned to accept as the price of watching greatness. Try to continue. Tiger Woods is in a recovery program in Switzerland, away from public life. He was in a car accident and was charged with a DUI on March 27, 2026. He announced he would be stepping away from golf to focus on his health. Let that sit for a moment. The man who won 15 majors, the man who played the 2008 US Open on a shattered leg, the man who put on a green jacket in 2019 and made the whole world cry. He's in Switzerland, getting help, alone. And I'll be honest with you, that one hit me harder than any of the surgeries. Harder than the car accident in 2021. Because this time it's not about the body. It's about the man inside the body. The man who carried the weight of being Tiger Woods for 30 years without ever being allowed to set it down. Tiger continues to take a break from golf. He missed the Masters, including the annual Champions Dinner. He is approaching nearly 2 full years away from competitive golf. 2 years, the greatest golfer who ever lived. 2 years without competing. And here's the part that almost broke me when I read it. Miles Russell earned a spot in the US Open through qualifying. And Charlie Woods, Tiger's son, served as Russell's caddy during that qualifying round. Charlie caddied for Miles Russell, while his father sits in a facility overseas. Now, a lot of people will read that and feel sadness, and they should. But I need you to see something deeper in that detail. Charlie didn't disappear. He didn't hide. He didn't stop showing up to golf courses because his father's name was in headlines for the wrong reasons. He picked up someone else's bag. He walked 18 holes carrying clubs for a competitor. He stayed inside the game. That is not the behavior of a kid who is falling apart. That is the behavior of a young man who watched his father survive everything. Surgeries, crashes, public shame, and learned the one lesson Tiger never had to teach out loud. You keep going, no matter what. You keep going. And that right there is why the fall made Tiger more dangerous than the rise. Not because Tiger is still dangerous on a golf course, His body may never let him compete at the highest level again. The 50-year-old has battled through a ruptured Achilles tendon in 2025 and disc replacement back surgery last October. But Tiger's danger was never just about his own game. It was about what he was building in Charlie. And the fall, all of it, every surgery, every crash, every painful headline, built something in that kid that the rise alone never could have. Earl Woods knew something about falling. He was a Green Beret. He served 2 tours in Vietnam. He came home, carrying memories that most people will never understand. And when he looked at his young son, this little boy with a golf club in his hands, Earl didn't see a future champion. He saw a survivor. That's the part people miss about Earl's plan. He wasn't building a golfer. He was building a man who could take a hit and keep standing. The golf was just the vehicle. The real lesson was always about getting back up. Earl used to tell people that Tiger would change the world. Most folks thought he meant through trophies, through records, through Sunday red shirts and fist pumps. But I think Earl meant something else. I think Earl meant that Tiger would show people what it looks like to fall and refuse to stay down. And Tiger did that, over and over again. He fell when his knee gave out. He got back up and won the 2008 US Open on one leg. He fell when his back betrayed him. He got back up and had 5 surgeries and kept showing up. He fell when his personal life collapsed in front of the entire world. He got back up and won the 2019 Masters, while his son waited behind the green with open arms. He fell in 2021 when that car nearly took his leg. He got back up and walked a golf course again. And now Tiger has fallen again. Different this time, quieter, more personal. The kind of fall that doesn't happen on a golf course. The kind that happens inside a man when the weight of being who he is finally becomes too heavy to carry alone. And he's getting back up again. In Switzerland, away from everything he knows, doing the hardest work of his life. That's Tiger. That has always been Tiger. And now look at Charlie. His father is overseas. The headlines are ugly. The whispers are loud. And Charlie Woods walked onto a golf course and carried somebody else's bag through 18 holes of US Open qualifying. He didn't run from the game. He ran toward it. And I need you to understand what that means. That is Earl's lesson. Alive and breathing in a 15-year-old boy who never met his grandfather, but somehow carries everything Earl ever believed about getting back up. Earl built it. Tiger lived it. Charlie absorbed it. 3 generations of men who refused to stay down. And I'll be honest with you, I've covered golf for most of my adult life. I've watched champions rise. I've watched legends fade. I've watched families carry burdens that would crush most people. But watching Charlie Woods pick up that bag, while his father fights his hardest, battle thousands of miles away, that broke something open in me that I wasn't expecting. Because that's not a golf story anymore. That's a family story. And it's the most important one in the sport right now. I've been thinking about something Earl Woods said once. He said Tiger would do more than win golf tournaments. He said his son would change the way people see the game, change the way people feel about the game. Most people thought Earl was talking about trophies. I don't think he was. I think Earl was talking about this, right now. This exact chapter. A father in Switzerland fighting the hardest battle of his life. A son on a golf course in America carrying someone else's bag because he loves the game too much to walk away from it. A family that has been knocked down so many times the world lost count. And they keep getting up. That is what Earl meant, not the rise. The rise was always going to happen. Tiger was too talented for the rise not to happen. Earl was talking about the fall, because the fall is where you find out what a family is really made of. And the Woods family, after everything, after the surgeries and the crashes and the headlines and the whispers, they're still here, still standing, still showing up. Now I want to hear from you. What does Tiger's story mean to you personally? Not as a golf fan, as someone who has watched this man's entire journey from the beginning. Drop your answer below. I read every single one. And stay close, because what Charlie Woods does next, while his father is away, may be the most important chapter in this family's story. And I'll be right here to tell it.